this week's vlog. In today's vlog, Danny and I are going show jumping. So we actually haven't been show jumping since April last year, and we are nearly in April, so nearly 12 months, which is crazy. As you guys know, we have actually done 2 jumping competitions already this year down at Down Farm doing the arena eventing. But today is just show jumping, and we are doing 2 classes. And so if you guys have been around for a while, you will already know, but if you guys are new, Danny and I normally compete at 60 and 70 centimetres. Although today we are just dropping down one height. We're going to be doing the 50 centimetres and the 60 centimetres. So the 60 centimetres we normally do anyway, so that isn't going to be any different. But I thought instead of going up to the 70 centimetres for our first show jumping competition, I just felt it would be better for us to go in the 50, see how we get on, and then if it all goes well this time, maybe next time do the 70 or stick at the 50, 60. And then go back up to 60, 70, because obviously we want to keep our confidence up. In like lessons and that, the last few months we have been jumping bigger, like doing 70s and a little bit bigger. But because it is in a competition environment, we just thought we would just do the 50 and 60. But I'm pretty sure the 50 centimetres is going to be very small today, because it is the fun show jumping at Coxley, and she normally does them a little bit smaller, so I think it's going to be a very small 50. But I want to get the feeling that I wish that I entered for the 70, if that makes sense. That probably sounds a little bit strange, but I want that feeling as like, oh, I wish I'd done the 70 now, kind of thing. So that's the plan. Dan's just currently eating his breakfast. It is 8:15 and I'm going to get him mucked out because it's not such an early start today, because our class doesn't start until 11:15. And I'm the 6th one in for the 50 and the 3rd one in for the 60. So it's quite nice that it hasn't been so early. I also forgot to say to you guys that we are going Coxley today, and we also haven't jumped in a month, but it's fine. It's going to go well. Touch wood. So the last time we actually jumped was when we went to Pontispool, which was exactly a month ago today. But it's fine. I just think Dan's going to be forward, but that's fine. And you don't know. It might have done us good having the little break. Also, apologies for there not being that many vlogs the last couple of weeks. We just haven't been doing anything. We've literally been hacking since we've gone trail hunting. We've literally not been out in the trailer. We've just been hacking, and I've just had nothing to post because ages and ages ago I put on my Instagram about videos that you guys would like to see, which I've still got on my phone now. It's on my camera roll, and I am able to do them, but it involves me going out in the trailer. There's nothing that I can actually do up here to film for you guys when Danny and I have got nothing on. So I find it really hard to find content that you guys are actually gonna want to watch. So because obviously I haven't been out in the trailer, I haven't been able to do the videos that you guys have been wanting to see. So I do apologise, but in April I've got a few things planned. So hopefully the vlogs will be coming back. Even if I just do them weekly, it might be a little while where the vlogs only go out on a Wednesday instead of a Wednesday and a Saturday. But my plan is to get them back up to uploading twice a week, so just stay tuned. Well guys, there was one freshly cleaned stable until someone, just as I finished mucking out, went and pooed. And then while he was over there, I thought, oh, I'll quickly sweep this part up because I wasn't able to before because he was stood in my way. And then he comes across and just pulls all of the shavings out. So I've just swept up around where I could. But obviously he's staying in this morning. You nearly finished your breakfast? Yeah, pretty much. Good boy. I need to give him some haylage and then he can just chill in here and we'll go and get the trailer. Okay, so we've now got the trailer. It's now time to turn it and put the hay net in. It's currently 9:02 to be exact with you guys, and it's now time for me to get Dan brushed and ready. I've got to say it's so nice knowing that I don't have to plait this morning. So Dan's already made a mess from where I've swept up, honestly. So I'm going to obviously give him a brush. He's got a mud, mainly like around his legs and more like on the back, to be honest. But I'll obviously give him a good brush using my magic brush to get all of the dry mud off. And then his body brush to obviously brush his body. Then his mane and tail brush, obviously to do the mane and tail, although I've got to use a plastic curry comb because I'm not sure where my mane and tail brush is, which is annoying. I've also got mane and tail over there. I clipped Dan earlier this week on Tuesday it was. Yep, and I think it's going to be my last clip because when before I clipped him, he had like a real thick coat, but it wasn't like his winter coat. It was mainly his summer coat that come through. It was like really gingery. If you guys was around last summer in our vlogs, you guys will already know the colour that Dan goes in summer, but he goes like a really gingery colour. And as I was clipping it off, most of his hair was ginger. I think it was just more like up here where he still had like his dark winter coat. So, but he's been getting quite warm riding. And I wanted to make sure that I've got all of the winter coat off and everything. So I thought I'd do one last clip, which literally in 2 or 3 weeks time, it will be fully back. And then hopefully it will literally be his full summer coat that will just grow through. And then I will just leave it. I normally finish, the last few years, I've been finishing clipping around February time. I don't normally clip in March. I just normally, once I've done my clip in February, just let it grow out and leave it. But this year I thought, no, I will clip him. And he's had his legs clipped, which he has his legs clipped all year round anyway. So that's nothing new, although we haven't done his bridle path, which we forgot, but it's fine. So yeah, I'm going to get him brushed and then put his tendon boots, travel boots on and fleece on, etc. Guys, I know you will have seen it on time lapse, but his fleece is on, travel boots, tendon boots, overreach boots, everything. Look at the state of my stable. You would not believe me if I told you I swept up earlier. Dan's just gone for a wee, gone for another poo. It's 9:25. We don't need to leave here until 20 to 10 because we are very lucky that Coxie is actually one of our closest venues and it only takes us 20 minutes to get there, which is so good. So we're going to get there for 10 o'clock and I'm going to aim to get on for about 10:30. And yeah, just see how we go, but he's completely done. I don't think he'll be too warm in the fleece because it is quite a thick fleece, but I think with him being in the trailer and us driving along, the wind will be in the back of him. Also, he is clipped and I don't feel that it's the right temperature yet to put him in a slightly thinner rug as his turnout. I need to pick up the turnout and put it in the trailer because I'm going to take it with me just in case it rains in between my classes. And I think that is everything. I'm hoping it's looking dry at the minute, so I'm hoping it's going to stay dry for us. Fingers crossed. I brought an exercise sheet for Dan just in case it was cold, but I didn't bring my waterproof one because it said that it was meant to be dry today. So I brought his fleece one, which will be perfect to keep him warm, but if it's raining it's not going to be great. And also I have forgotten to bring spare clothes to get changed into. I mean, I've got this jumper, a t-shirt on underneath and joggers that I can get changed into, but I have nothing else, which is annoying. I wasn't thinking. I need to make sure Dan don't get stuck now as he's scratching himself with the head collar. Also guys, the clocks went forward last night, which is just amazing. So should be, it's the spring weather coming through now, drying up. We've had too much of this rain and I'm just getting so fed up with it. But yeah, it's looking blue sky, so fingers crossed we will be okay. I'm not quite sure what Dan's doing. I think because we haven't been out in the trailer for like a few weeks. The last time we went out in the trailer was 3 weeks ago, and that's when we went trail hunting. And then the time before that was Pontypool. So he's had like 3 weeks or a month off or however long not going out in the trailer, and I just think he's just don't know what to do with himself. I think it's a little bit of excitement that he's going out, but also kind of like, oh my god, where are we going kind of thing, because he does get a little bit like that, which I've mentioned in previous vlogs. But he'll be fine in a minute. I think it's just the weight. So I'm gonna go and put the turn-out rug in the trailer. The haylage net is already in the trailer, and then don't really know what I'm gonna do then. Just wait 10-15 minutes, and then yeah, that's it. And I'm actually very hot now. The rug's in, it should stay there. That's normally where I put it. Obviously got poop scoop, got buckets, got carrots and apples for after, and I always like to give him one once he's in the trailer. Buckets to wash him down, which is not what we're going to have to do today. Also obviously buckets to offer him water. Got a water container to offer him a drink, and if he needs to be washed down, but I know he won't be. Obviously my steps, and then his haylage net, and that is everything. Oh, I've got to get under that wrap. Oh. That's a bit silly. Right, Dan, on the carrot. Here you go. Good boy. Right, now guys, hang on. Take the camera off. I've got to climb under there now. And, okay, let's do this. Oh, the things you have to do as an equestrian. Hey Dan, that's all done. Good boy. Whew. Let's get this show on the road, guys. We've left 5 minutes earlier than we were going to, so that's fine. Don't need to rush. Love it when we don't have to rush. Now just get the gate shut. Poor old Dawny's in the stable, but she can get out, by the way, guys. But she's munching on the haylage that I gave Dan this morning while he's been in. I'm going to get his padlocked up now, guys. So I thought I would tell you guys kind of my plan for both of my classes. So today I am going to go into both my classes with a forward canter at the start when the bell goes, and canter around the whole course, unless I feel, because Tim has said before in one of my lessons, unless you feel, no, I need to come back to trot at this specific jump, then do. But I think in the 50, I think it's going to be all cross poles, and in the 60, I think there's just going to be some straights. So my plan is to canter them all. Obviously I'm going to know what he's going to be like in the warm-up, and basically depending on how he is in the warm-up, my plan might change when I go into the ring. but I am going to go in cantering, and as Tim says, get it forward, get it punchy, because that's something that I didn't do at Punter Sport when I was in the show jumping. I just trotted him and I got him in a really steady trot, and it was kind of obvious that he was going to stop with me because I didn't get him forward enough. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to canter both of my classes, but we'll soon see, guys, what I actually do when you guys see my footage. But we're about 5 minutes away, if that, now.
We have Lily Daniels, and she is riding Danny.
So I thought I would pop on here and do a little voiceover of a round. This is our first class, which is the 50 centimetres. It is a very small 50 centimetres, but as I mentioned before I started competing, that I was going to get a good forward punchy canter, which is what we did do, so I'm very, very happy. So this is us popping over the first fence. He was just so good. Got to admit, it wasn't our fastest round, but I didn't go there to for the speed or to get place. I went round there for a confidence boost and clear, basically. So he goes a lovely round here, and I'm actually keeping him forward, and I'm really pleased. I kept the contact and kept my hands together. This here was actually quite horrible. It was like a dog leg. I don't think you can really see though on this video. And then it was a little bit tight from 5 to 6.
Really looking very smart and Danny today.
We come lovely here. Then background over 9, and I think we was a bit disunited. No, he did change the leg. What a good boy he was. Then I believe this is number 9, that was 8 before. Then we come around to number 10. Now this jump here is actually a brand new jump that we've never jumped before, so I was very happy. I did keep my leg on, but I got him round, so I was over the moon with that. And then that is the end of our course, guys. But Zara put in an extra jump, which was optional. You didn't have to do it. It didn't affect our score or clear round or anything like that. It was completely your own choice. The last fence was the one that we never jumped before, so it didn't matter whether you jumped this or not. But I thought I might as well. I want to start showing him, because when I do go back up to competing at 70 centimetres, the Union Jack wall is going to be in it, so I need Dan to start getting used to it. And as it wasn't going to affect our round, I thought I would try it, and I was very happy with that round. So this is our second class now, the 60 centimetres, and again, I made sure I got a very punchy canter here. I'm just waiting for the bell to buzz. But there's music from Zara's, so I can't play it because of copyright. But yeah, get a nice full canter. And actually in this round, he was a lot more forward than in the first round. But again, I wasn't going there for the speed. I was going there to basically get around without any stops. So again, it was the same course, just with an extra jump. He jumped the first one, lovely. Then coming round over to the second, and again it was very nice. Now I'm obsessed with watching him jump this one. Look at that. He just absolutely flew that jump. Then coming round over to 4, which was just a little cross pole. He done really nicely, but I should have pushed for this one, because unfortunately you see that he just chipped in and knocked the pole down. That was completely my own fault, and if I pushed for the stride, we wouldn't have knocked the pole down. Then coming back round over 7, again, really nice. And 8 here, I thought he went disunited, so I did bring him back to trot, but he actually landed on the right leg. He's so good with that. And then that was 9. Then back round over 10, and you will see I did keep my leg on, so Phyllis was in a little bit more, but he was absolutely fine with that. And then there was one extra jump in this class, which was number 11, which we are coming round to now. It's just a green and white straight bar, and he jumped lovely. And then again, Zara made the Union Jack wall optional, so it's your choice if I want to do it again. But I thought, no, we'll go back round. She just put the little top bit on, and I thought I'll come into canter and he jumped it first time, so I'm super happy with that round. Really pleased with him. What an epic boy this boy has been, hey? He's had so many treats, guys, it's unbelievable. He probably doesn't even want this apple. Do you, Dan? Hey? Do you want it? Oh, he does, guys. Little piggy. No, it's well deserved. Good boy. Alright. Can you put that all in? I think you're putting too much in your mouth, Dan. Put it all in. All in. No? Is that better? There, good boy. I will debrief, guys, once I'm in the car. My mum has just gone to the shop to get some horse feed for Dan. So I'm just stood with him until we go, and then I will debrief about both our classes. Dan. He's so crazy. What are you doing? Hey? Good boy. See you when we get home, mister. Bye. Let's shut this up, guys. No, it goes that way. Perfect. We are on our way home now. Obviously, you will have already seen both of our rounds, and I am so happy with Dan. The 50 was very small. Definitely think Dan found it a bit easy, but it was very good. Obviously, we cantered into it in both our classes, like I said, and he was so good. Like, it was almost like I just kind of had to sit there with him. Like, I did keep my leg on him, but I didn't feel like I really had to ride him. He just kind of just took me around. We wasn't the fastest, but I didn't go there for speed. I didn't go there to get placed. I went there to go to a competition and not feel not feel nervous and have confidence, and basically have a good round to boost our confidence up even more, and that is what's happened today. And yeah, he was so good. We went round nice and steady and we come 4th, so really happy with that. And then our second class was the 60, and it was a very small 60 as well, because normally I always say Zara, she puts the heights up, but this was more of like a mini fun jumping. So there's quite a lot of cross poles in the 60, which he doesn't normally do, and there was like the odd straight bar as well. And again, I cantered. Dan was a bit more forward in the 60 than in the 50, but he done it really nice. We unfortunately got a pole down. It was number 5. It was kind of like, it was a dog leg, but it was like horrible, and then I should have pushed for the stride, but oh well, he just chipped in on that. And then from 5 to 6 was quite tight as well, but he done that fine. The rest of the course was fine, and again, I didn't feel like I really had to ride him like that. Like, obviously I did have my leg on him, but I wasn't like I've got to ride every stride for him to get over the jumps. And I'm also buzzing as well, because obviously we haven't jumped for a month. Also, there's 2 new jumps that are up at Coxley. It's one's just a show jump, and it had the fillers. It was quite close. Not sure if you can see that side of the video. And then the wall, the Union Jack wall, so that was optional whether you wanted to jump it or not. So it wasn't actually part of the course, it was just there. So in the 50 there was only 10 jumps, and then if you wanted to go over the Union Jack you could after. It didn't matter if you had a stop or didn't get over it or anything like that, because it wasn't part of the round. But if you didn't want to do it, you didn't have to. So in the 50 I was like, well, once I get back up doing 70 again, that is going to be in my course. I need him to see it. Also, it doesn't matter if he refuses with me or if I don't get him over it, because it's not part of the course. So I just trotted him over it. He did stop. I let him have a little look, and then I turned around and then he trotted over it. And then in the 60 they just put another line on top of it, and I just went round, and I don't know if I trotted or cantered him over it, and he just popped it, the tiniest little pop ever. But I'm pleased he's now seen it, and he went over it first time in the 60. Again, that was optional whether I wanted to do that. So yeah, really happy. It was definitely even more of a confidence boost. Dan definitely enjoyed it, I think, and yeah, it stayed dry for us, which is good. So I'm really happy with how I've ridden in both of my classes, to be fair. I tried to keep my contact and like kind of keep my hands together, because that seemed to work for our first arena eventing competition the first time we done it. So I would say that I rode quite well, even if I do say so myself. You guys might think, oh my god, she's ridden awful, but no, very happy. So we're nearly back home now, so I can get Dan out, take his rug off, put his turn-up rug on, and then he can go out in the field for the rest of the day. So guys, I forgot to mention, Dan's now out in the field chilling, but anyway, I forgot to mention that in both of my classes today I didn't wear a back protector. Now you guys are probably thinking, why are you saying that? Does it matter? Because honestly, my back protector is normally like my comfort blanket. It sounds like so weird and strange, I know, but honestly, ever since my first ever jump on Dan, I wore a back protector, and ever since I just always wear back protector when jumping. Obviously for cross country it's compulsory, but for show jumping it's optional, but I just always wear it because I just feel like I need it. It's really funny, like a few years ago I went with Maisie, we went jumping, it was on grass, and I didn't put my back protector on, and honestly I felt so lost without my back protector. Like I felt so nervous, it's just so strange, but like I know as soon as I got my back protector on I feel fine. But today I didn't wear my back protector at all and I felt fine, and it's just little things like that, it's so funny. Yeah, you guys might have noticed in my videos that I didn't wear a back protector, but that is a win for me not wearing a back protector. I mean, it was only small anyway, it's not like I was jumping big. Like if I was going into my 70, or even if it's Zara's normal 60 and her 70, I would have a back protector on, no questioning, but I felt like I'd be okay today, and I was. But anyway, here's my rosette. So I've got my 4th and my 6th. So this one's my 4th, which I got in my 50 centimetres, and this one is my 6th, which I got in my 60 centimetres. I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog of us going back out jumping after nearly 12 months, which is just crazy. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also remember to take a picture of you guys watching this vlog and put it onto Instagram, tag me in it so that I can see, so that I can share it onto my Instagram story, and of course I will tag you guys into it as well. It could be like a little shout out over on Instagram. But for now, I'll see you all next time.